the development of private property ownership, real estate has become a major area of business, commonly referred to as commercial real estate. We can also say that the real estate industry has evolved into several distinct fields. Specialists are often called on to evaluate real estate and facilitate transactions, whether be a residential, commercial, or industrial property. So, to share his views about the growing real estate industry and its changing trends, we have with us Mr. Kunal Banerji, the president of M3M. How long have you been associated with the industry and how has your journey been till date?
Well, as far as real estate industry is concerned, probably about 10-15 years. But in marketing, I have been there for almost 30 years, you could say. So I'm rather matured in this field. But it's been interesting that I moved on from abroad, from Singapore to India, about 15 years back, and then I've been involved with various real estate companies like Omax, like Ansel API, TDI, Unitech, and today, of course, I'm sitting here as the President Marketing of M3M India Limited.
What transitions have you seen in the Indian real estate industry over the past decade or so?
Well, one of the most interesting areas that people would like to know is that real estate as an industry, although it's not deemed an industry today, still it should be, has progressed in a revolutionary fashion really. Before the liberalization process in the 90s, it was basically a commodity type of living, if I could use that word. It was like government flats, and there was a lottery, and whoever won the lottery, they got that. The quality could not be challenged, and you took what you got. If you had a little bit more money, then you could have a plot and build your building and depend on builders with whatever qualifications they had. The transformation has taken place after liberalization, where people wanted things which were what they see abroad, what they see in other countries.
How would you compare the Indian real estate industry with various other countries?
At the luxury level, I must say, we have not only caught on, but in some of the buildings like our M3M Polo Suites, for example, we have transcended and surpassed many of the Western countries, and we can rival houses in Los Angeles, Singapore, Dubai. So in the top level, we have done that. Yes, in the middle to lower level, there is a lot to be desired. And basically, that is because the other countries are using technology like prefabricated technology, standardized doors, standardized windows, modular type of buildings, which are built in 3 months, 4 months time, and bungalows are built in 3-4 months time. In India, in this level, in this category, we are still behind.
Have the government policies helped in the real estate growth?
Well, initially yes, and I think then after that, when the inflation threat was there, the RBI has really tightened its purse strings as far as the real estate industry goes in terms of borrowings. The industry developers were not able to have liquidity from the bank, could not borrow from the bank. The interest rates very high, very stringent regulations RBI has put on other banks who would lend to real estate. That is one aspect. The other aspect has been the interest for home loans. The more attractive you make it, the more the industry will grow, and the more people, the demand is very high. It's money that's tight. So if the loans are there and the banks give it at a lower interest, the market will grow 10 times. So that's not been happening. That is something we're looking forward to.
What else, according to you, is required by the industry from the government to keep on with the growth trajectory?
I think inclusiveness is one area where affordable housing can be certainly, given a fillip by the government in terms of giving cheaper land to developers and helping the developers get all the licenses, and giving prefabrication technology a boost, and building houses for the people who are not being able to afford decent and clean, hygienic places to stay.
How is the Indian consumer evolving in terms of expectations from a developer?
Tremendously. There's a sea change, The Indian consumer now wants exactly what they see on television or when they travel abroad to Singapore or Dubai or further afield to the Western countries. They would like to have the same amenities and facilities here. And why not? They deserve it. They are paying for it and they should have it.
There has been a huge influx of real estate brokerage firms across the country. Is it a good sign? Your views on that, please?
Well, whenever they are professional, channel partners and brokerage firms and consultants that come into the business, it is a good sign. I think more and more professional people coming into this area, graduates, engineers, lawyers, chartered accountants who are coming into this area as consultants can only be a good thing for the whole industry at large. Having said that, influx of people who think that they can make overnight money by short-term speculative investments in real estate are really quite a menace, and they should be discouraged.
Is it advisable for an end user to buy real estate from the developer directly, or dealing with a broker consultant a better idea?
It all depends on the buyer. The choice is theirs. Sometimes they may wish to tie up with a small developer whom they know for many years, and they have been buying from that developer, so they have a one-to-one relationship, and their needs are not very high. But when you come to a very modern long-term real estate investor or somebody looking for a comparative chart of various developers and seeing the pros and cons, to go to a proper channel partner, proper consultant would probably be the best route for them.